Ooh, I'm back. Man, I was supposed to talk about dreams, but I can't help a good old convo. You know what I mean? My phone's dying. Oh no, it's still charging. I don't know what the fuck just happened. Ooh, I'm back again. Oh, here it starts. Here it starts. That's what we're doing. That's fucking weird, bro. All the shit I talk, all the shit I talk, and that's what makes them start fucking with these. Very creepy that this topic is what makes this start to happen. Anyway, fuck. Uh, Damn, that's stupid for YouTube. So I'm at this goofy place with these. Oh, they cut it because I said the state. See, that's that gang stalking shit. That's that gang stalking shit. Fuck, dude. That's so creepy. Anyway, I'm explaining this place because it makes more sense for the next place. So, even though this place was open and you could walk around outside and shit like that, I didn't like it because the people that were there were not, they weren't concerned with integrity. Like, it was thieves and all kinds of deplorables. So I'm starting to realize I don't like this place, and then I get orders after, I guess, basically going through RDU. I just got placed for a second at this place. And once I got my moving orders, they moved me to this other prison. At the time it was called ICC. I think they call it something else now. But it's more like a violent offender prison. You know, security clearance maybe had something to do with that. I don't know what that was. But I end up in this place, and you get your own cell. You have one cellmate. There was a bunch of shit about it that was way better. I don't like dorms. I don't like sleeping in a room with 50 other fucking people snoring and farting and shit. And you know, your shit's just sitting out for people to steal from, touch on, and all kinds of shit. So I'm in a cell, and I guess that's the reason I explained all that. It was the way that I could get so comfortable to dream like this. So I'm in a cell. I have one cellmate. I'm pretty comfortable with the people that, you know, come into my house. If I'm not, then I won't talk about that. So one night I have this. These last two, or they're not the last two. These next two are not dreams, bro. I don't care what anyone has to say. It was an experience that happened while I was sleeping. That's what I'm gonna say that is. I am in this place, and it's like, if you've ever done like mushrooms or like Molly or ecstasy or some shit, post it. Yeah, they go to they go to my YouTube. You should subscribe to the YouTube. That way you don't feel like you have to be in these, because I put most of them on the YouTube. It's the same name, gammaauobsidian, gammaauobsidian. Way easier to watch too. But I appreciate you being here for sure. It's about to get weird. This next stream is fucking weird, bruh. Fuck. So, yeah, if you've ever done, like, mushrooms specifically, or, like, Molly, or any of those things, there's, like, this weird aesthetic where everything kind of feels fuzzy. If you've done it, then you know what I'm talking about. Everything looks and feels fuzzy and warm and just really nice. I'm in a place that looks like that. It looks like that, right? there's a chick there that I've never seen before. But that's the first thing that makes me kind of like snap out of a little bit, because I can see her face. And usually I can't see faces. I don't see faces in dreams most of the time. Most of the time I don't see faces. I mean, like, I can dream. You might be in my dream, and if I know you, then I recognize you as you, but I still don't see your face, if that makes sense. Like, I know that it's you, but I can't see your face. I realized kind of more recently that I think I maybe see the faces of people that I don't know, but maybe my brain's just making those up. Who the fuck knows, right? That's weird. That seems backwards, but that's how it works. So I can see her face, though. This chick that I'm in this room with. I can see her face, clear as day. Oddly, I think it kind of reminded me of my... it kind of reminded me of my fucking crimey. Which I don't like calling her that, because I didn't actually do shit. My co-defendant, my Cody, it was a blonde chick, it was a white blonde chick, and I had never seen her before, but it did remind me of this, the co-defendant. So, we just kind of like pop up in this place. There wasn't like a lead-in, like we didn't go there together. I just kind of like am awake now, and I'm in this room with her, and it's all fuzzy, and it kind of makes me think I was high. Whether it was in this reality, like in this body, or whether it was in that one, in that, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to avoid saying astrals, because I don't know that that's what this place was. Could have been. It could very well have been. I don't know. But, I can see her face. That makes me uncomfortable, but I don't like show it. I don't say anything. I don't show it, because I'm like, you know, seems very much like I'm about to get some. So I'm like, whatever. You know what I mean? Fuck it. And I'm in jail. You know what I mean? I'm in prison, so I'm like, why the fuck would I tell her that I'm uncomfortable, about to smash? You know what I mean? That would be stupid. So, yeah, in the unconsciousness, correct? Yeah. So we start kind of fucking around, and pretty quickly I realize that there's this book. Now, I don't know that it was there the entire time. In fact, I'm pretty sure it was not there. And this all happens very quick. I'm doing my best not to digress too much, just to get the story out and whatnot, but, you know, this is how I fucking talk. There's a book. There is a big, old brown book. And it was not there before. And before I know it, it's now open. And I don't hear anything, really. I think I hear sex noises at this point. But like now, it's like, it's very trippy. I'm just going to say to you what I remember seeing. It is not going to make sense in a linear, in a linear time frame. It's not going to make any sense. The book is open now. The pages, like, I think there might have been shit on the page. I can't remember, dude, if there was shit on the pages or not. But she, like, starts saying things, and these glowing, like, very, very vivid, bright colored sigils start popping up on the page. And every time she says one and a sigil pops up, I feel something physically. Like, she says a thing and I have something happen to me, right? So she says a thing and, you know, whatever. Then a thing happens and a sigil like glows, like these very, very bright fucking, I'm trying to think of this other word. Neon, like bright neon colored sigils. Every time she says a thing, and I gotta say, it's what? That's spells, right? She's saying a spell, and then a sigil pops up, and then something happens. And they weren't bad, they were good things, but that's still fucking creepy, right? That's still very, very fucking creepy. And, as I'm noticing this, I realize that time is not going by in a regular way. So, like, she'll say the thing, a sigil will happen, and then instantaneously something's happening to me, and then it, whatever the duration is, never too long for any of them, and then the next one gets said. So, like, this is just happening over and over again, not super fast, but like not very slow either. And also, that's like the best way that I can say it, but time's not even moving in that way. There's no space in between sigils, but like, it's like I didn't have any control over what was happening. Even if I wanted to stop, I could feel that I had zero control to make anything happen or not happen. So I'm essentially getting like, should I say it? Yeah, I said it last time. Fuck it. I'm getting witch raped in this dream. I'm convinced. I'm convinced that there is potentially a being somewhere that was doing that to me in that place. And also, like I said, it didn't feel like a typical dream. It didn't feel like a dream at all. It felt like that place, that environment was like constructed to bring me there and do that to me. Because it did not feel like a dream. It didn't feel like a dream at all. And I lucid dream. I have lucid dreams, and it didn't feel like that either. So, and then ever since this happened, have felt like some kind of weird shit like kind of attached to me. I've become more and more aware of it as time has gone on, but like that's where that time frame is when that started. And there wasn't too much other shit that could point to that, right? You know, I mean, I was in prison and stuff, but there weren't too many other witch rapes that were happening to me. Very uncomfortable. Once I realized, like, oh, you can't stop this from happening, though. Like, it's just gonna keep going until whoever this is done doing the thing. Very strange scenario. Not very comfortable at all. I don't know even how to, you know, how do I figure out who that was? You know, do you figure out who that was? I have an ex that's blonde. It didn't look like her. She did tell me she was gonna bury my underwear in her backyard. She did say that. She also was gonna try to feed me spaghetti. But those are different, dude. Everyone knows about those. Those are very common and like commonly fucked up spells, rituals, whatever you want to call them. I just don't think it's her. I don't think it's her. You know? This was advanced. This shit was fucking advanced. It's very creepy. Very fucking creepy. Alright, I won't stall too much. So the third one, I may have to do a part two because I didn't mean to get like kind of locked into that conversation from earlier. I think I gotta pull back off of pulling people into these sometimes because I get lost in the conversation, especially if it's like the one that just happened. So yeah, I'll finish this one and then I'll pause for a little bit because I need to let my phone charge. Or I might just do that now because this last one's kind of long. That feels kind of douchey. Yes, like some of the so Scrap said like something placed on you on that exact situation. Yeah, it felt like. So I'm not okay. So I am serious when I say it felt like witch rape. It felt like I was raped by a witch in a place. I laugh, but I think that's because I'm uncomfortable by it. That was very, very real. And I've had this like weird, ominous, like dark shit like attached to me since then. Don't know who that is. Don't know how to get rid of it. You know, I feel like it's affecting me to this day in ways that I may not even understand, but some of them I do understand. Like you felt like that specifically, like from a similar situation, not necessarily the witch rape part, but like you felt like someone did something and attached some shit to you, because I think that's pretty common actually, not my delivery system but I think that's fairly common. Matter of fact, Harold Kotz, the dude that's pretty much the frontline expert on like black goo and a lot of stuff, really. He's on the forefront of a lot of stuff. He talks about like energy parasites and all kinds of shit and needing to get stuff removed from you. But there are so many charlatans out here and fakers that I just don't even bother, you know. There's once everyone started to see how much you can make just kind of faking like you have metaphysical abilities, all the integrity that was even there to begin with left. Because it's not to say that there weren't fakers before that, but it's almost like it was like families before then. You know, there were families of charlatans, that's just what their family does. Then there are families of real practitioners, and that's just what their family does. But now there's all these fucking weirdos that are like studying YouTube videos and shit, and I just can't tell the difference. Same thing with magic. I really, seriously, there's a show called The Magicians on Netflix, and I bring that up because every time I say I want to learn magic, people are like, oh, Harry Potter, right? And I'm like, fuck no, not Harry Potter. The Magicians. I want to learn real magic. I want to see real magic. I don't want to do fucking psychology. I don't want to do Harry Potter stuff, muggles and all that shit. Like real world magic. But I can't find anybody because it's all just people trying to get your fucking money that don't actually know anything. They maybe know how to read some cards or a palm or something like that. They maybe know some rituals, but none of them know actual magic. So I won't waste my energy there. Yeah, I have heard that there are real witches in Mexico. I don't know that that's... I mean, I guess it could be. I've only seen interpretations or that might be the type of... and it's not exactly what I'm thinking of, but it's definitely better than what is being offered visibly in the U.S. I think that's what the problem is, though. I think I'm not going to find it because it's like... it's actually a cult. It's actually hidden. and you won't find it unless they want to find you. Which, how the fuck? Okay, so send you my application. How the fuck? How does that work? You know. I'm not power hungry. I'm not trying to end the planet or be a piece of shit with the knowledge or anything like that. In fact, I'd probably do some cool shit, you know? I don't know. Yeah, man, that last dream, and honestly, it's not the last one, it's just the last one that I've talked about already. There are gonna be more dreams, so maybe I just, like, cut this and then do a part 2. Because the live's gotten fucked with a couple times, so this is already gonna be split into 2 videos. Yeah, I gotta cut it. Fuck me. I gotta cut it and then figure out a way to get the 2 put back together. Scrap said, you're right, I know a family who does weird things, but they're known locally in their town to be herbal people who cure people with herbs, but they actually do some evil shit. That's usually how that kind of works out. The, aesthetics are not usually what the situation is. As far as I can tell, magic is done through a held intention and a burst of energy. Different ways of achieving that depending which practitioner, the culture you speak to. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, and that's like the basis of it. My thing is, like, I've only made a little bit of progress with how to quickly build up that chi or ki or, prana, whatever you want to call it. One of them is tapping. Eyes closed, tapping. There's kinetic energy, rubbing your hands together. The breath, breathing into your hands after you do the kinetic energy. Like, I'm serious. I've been trying to study this, and you get a little ways, but I want to study under someone who's just going to show me the whole shit. I know there's different systems, and that's cool. I don't expect there to be like one way to do it, but my thing is, for one, I want to know what it actually is, because I do know that, especially for stuff like that, though, movies do kind of fuck your head up when it comes to certain shit. Maybe magic doesn't exist in the way that it's perceived in The Magicians, but I just kind of refuse to believe that. I don't think that's true. I think it exists exactly like that. I think that's why they make shit like that, because of other things where they do this, the same shit. But I could be wrong. Just, it seems very strange for this many cultures to talk about magic and to have all these stories about people doing magic, like actual, just straight out magic, not psychology, for it to be fake. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I'm running into, is that there are mostly influencers and people that are full of shit. Religion is magic. Get the fuck out of here. I see you, Scrap. That was funny. It is a bunch of rituals and fucking psychology, huh? That is magic. You're right. Man, I think it fucked with how you said that. Right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, religion is definitely magic. That's why, that's why I talk the way I do sometimes, because it's just very weird how much and in how many ways everyone's been indoctrinated. Like, you talk to Christians and you tell them that they're doing rituals and shit, and some of them, you can even tell them where the ritual came from, and they freak the fuck out. They get upset. But then they watch someone else do a similar ritual, and they're like, devil worshiper, and it's just, you You're drinking blood, bro. You're eating a body. You don't think that's a thing? You don't think that's strange? Just saying. Just saying. So I gotta remember, I was on the last dream, and they're not dreams. These last two are not. Honestly, none of these are dreams, are they? I'm saying the word because that's the best way to convey to you what I'm trying to say. First one, deja vu, precognition, not a dream. Just points to a dream potentially, but I don't know that. I just had a feeling, and my brain was like, "Yo, you dreamed this." I don't know that's true. I could have just seen the future and been like, I don't know what to think of that. And then it came true. Then for the second one, rape. I was raped. Not a dream. That was rape. Fuck. Yeah, it's really weird that people tend to like come off like dudes can't be raped. There's many ways that can work, just like there's many ways it can work for a female. I've been as fucked up as I don't know why I laugh when I get nervous or when something fucked up. I talk about something fucked up. I do that a lot. I've been sexually assaulted by a woman before. Not in the butt either. In the old Peter, the old twig and berries. You know? It does happen. Especially with witches. Apparently. I'm just joking. Don't get mad at me, witches. I'm just playing. One of your ilk, one of your kind did rape me, though. Wait. I think I missed a part of what you're saying. Biggest burst of energy comes from a higher power. Yeah, I mean, I look, I won't say anything against that. I think that that's a potential way. I would just like to not have to borrow my power. You know what I mean? Not to say that that's not possible, or that it's the biggest burst of chi or ki that you got in your practice. I just don't think that it has to be that. I think actually you probably would get more, if I had to guess, from yourself, because you're not asking for it, you're not borrowing it from someone else. I think you really just have to let go and be like, I am all, But that's why I want a teacher. Yes, we have power ourselves. Yeah, more. Look, why would they be jealous of you? You ever think about that? Why would they be jealous of you? Why would they need to do the things that they've done to you? Is there a name for the type of experience you had with that dream? Which one? The rape dream? Because the word's just rape. Deja vu. Here, I'll put it in the chat. That's the precognition one. The next one is just going to be, I think people will just be like, oh, well, you were in the astrals or some shit. When I don't have any frame of reference for that. So until I do, I'm not going to call it that, I lucid dream. I don't feel that as a place that I go to. It could be that, I just don't feel it as that. I don't have control over like where I go. I just end up in a place and I can wake up when I get to that place, I can be like, oh, this is a dream, and then I'm awake. I can do stuff, but I'm not controlling where I'm going. I can't go see people. The stuff that people talk about in their astral travels, I'm like, cool for you, you know? I wish, definitely wish. No, we definitely have power, though. Gotta think, why were they jealous of you? Why did they put you in this place? Yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff where it's just like like things happen and we don't really know how to qualify it or put words on it or any of that. And then the times that we do, we don't actually know that. That's some shit they told us, bruh. Like we don't know that to be the thing. Like I keep saying dream. None of these things I'm talking about were dreams, not the way that other people experience dreams. And it's just a word. Just like sky, we don't know what the fuck that is. We call it the sky. It looks like it's blue, but apparently it's not if you trust science. Like none of none of this shit is what we think it is, and that's worth something to me. Like looking into trying to figure the shit out. Aura bubbles. So there is plasma. There is a such thing as plasma. There's a channel called J Dreamers. Very knowledgeable guy, especially when it comes to like plasma apocalypse. You know, the things that there. And to be fair, there are a lot of times when he'll be like, "Oh, I think that this was, you know, something having to do with the plasma apocalypse," when really it's just like some frequency shit, like some harp shit, you know? So that's why I try to frequent as many channels and references as possible, because the longer I go, the more that I can do that. Like, I don't say anything to Jay Dreamers or even in his comments, but during those times where I'm like, oh, that's not what that is. That's just harp. That's just harp, like, blanketing you with frequencies. It makes it easier to distinguish all this stuff, you know? The more references you have, the more you can just like hear somebody talking about some shit and be like, you know, break down the delineations between Inanna and the 7 different names that Inanna has. Inanna. You know, stuff like that makes it much easier. I don't know if I should do this part 2 tonight. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, bro. And I don't intend on just doing the one that I have left. I was going to do like 3 more. I really gotta stop like inviting people in like that. It really throws my shit off. That was a bit frustrating. I mean, I already digress pretty fucking hard by myself, but the change up of the conversations even, that kind of takes the point away, you know? I kind of figured. I kind of figured. I kind of figured. I was trying my best to like not. And the thing, I like good conversation, but I am doing something, you know. So like I can't do that every time, and I'm too. Nice isn't the word. I'm too something, you know. I genuinely enjoy conversation and debate. So I think that whenever I see someone like, oh, I have something on this, I assume that they, whatever, but I do need to cool it with that a little bit, because I don't edit, and usually what I do is I just do the thing, and then I can upload the thing to YouTube, and I'm done. This time, now I have to find the right ones. I have to listen to them before I put them up on YouTube, just to make sure that I'm okay with it. And then, there's the whole Instagram fucking with the stream thing. That's not fun or good. At least my phone's been charging this whole time. That makes me feel pretty good though, Scrap, that you picked up on my vibe there. I don't feel like I was being rude necessarily, but man, it's something, I don't know, something kind of irks me about that when the goalpost gets moved like that and then you don't acknowledge it. That throws me off. The voice changing thing. I don't have a trademark. I'm not doing that. That's Instagram doing that. That's Instagram. Instagram puts filters on my shit, on my face, on my voice, and on the way I speak. None of those things are me doing that. the trademark. That's funny. It doesn't just happen to be either. Okay. I know. Oh, that's true. Oz, you do know that. That's funny. Why do that? You know what I mean? That's such a childish thing to do. Yeah, I'm gonna. It's not gonna make me like stop. It's just very weird. It's fucking weird, and it's pretty immature as a tactic, Fairly immature as a tactic. It is funny. I agree. They've stepped it up now. They sent a single bot into my comments. They sent a single bot into my comments to tell me I talk too much. Like I don't fucking know that. Not that there's a such thing as too much. I talk a lot. You hear that, bot? I don't talk too much. I talk a lot, you motherfucker. Stupid. That shit is dumb, bro. What is this place? For real, though. When we just get down to brass tacks and we take away all this shit that we've been imprinted with, what the fuck are we doing? What is this place? Like, what are we doing? Why can't we, get the fuck out of here? You know what I mean? Transcending. Ever thought about that? What does that mean? Like as a concept? What do I think it is? What do you mean? That was my arm. It just popped like that, my shoulder. I don't understand the question. Enlightenment. I still don't. I feel like that's most of what I talk about. Like, because it's a subjective thing, I think that the only kind of objective version of enlightenment that I can think of is Kundalini. And I think a lot of people are telling each other how to make their Kundalini rise without actually having had their own risen. I think there's been like one being, maybe two, obviously Buddha, but then there's been like maybe one other that's achieved this. Everybody else is full of shit. that's why I don't even try. If there's this many people trying and they're just like wearing the biggest cap ever, then I'm not that concerned with it. Not the enlightenment part. I'll still strive for that, but I'll just do it through like research and studying. The meditation thing is very difficult when you have a kid and neurodivergent brain, as mine happens to be neurodivergent. Yep, only 2 people. That's right. Yep. Vedic cultures. Yep. Vedic. I mean, that's why I think it makes more sense that we've been taken prisoner. All these stories about being able to like take all this time to reach these heights of enlightenment and, physical prowess with martial arts and shit, that takes a really long time. And I think we have been robbed of that time, for lack of a better word. Man, I'm hungry, and I let this dude talk me out of my dream talk for a good, hour and a half? How long was that, Scrap? I fucked that up, huh? I did that for too long. There are degrees, I believe, when most are pineal gland calcified. Little enlightenment goes a long way. True. I mean, just waking up a little bit feels really good. I think it's like a roller coaster, because I feel like I've been at this for a minute, haven't had any backsliding, but depending on what's going on in your life and what you're doing and what you can do and all that shit, can feel different depending on where you're at. Man, you know what? I think I'm going to take it as far as to apologize. I really shouldn't have brought anybody into that one, because that was supposed to just be a pregame. It was supposed to be a pregame and then jump on into the dream talk, and I probably would have been done by now with all of the dreams, all the dream scenarios, probably right about now, 1 o'clock my time. But instead, I start fucking arguing about Hollywood and shit, and I need to, maybe I need to, so instead of just going live, I think I need to put up a title, and within that title of the live, I'll put like solo or something, Not trying to be a dick or anything like that, but sometimes I gotta get the thing done. I'm doing a thing. Does that make sense? In either sense, I apologize to you all, because I fucked that up. And so now I've got to, I don't even think I should do the part 1 tonight. I think I should put the part 1 up with part 2 tomorrow. It did. Ultra-terrestrial did mess up my conversation. You are correct. All I was doing was, it's a fucking example, dude. I was just trying to use an example, that's all. Pew pew pew. Hey, Oz is funny. Oz is funny, bro. Yeah, fuck. I do apologize. I think I'll listen to that shit, and if something makes sense to put up, on YouTube, I'll go ahead and do that. If not, then I'm just gonna wait and put it all up tomorrow at the same time. It is 1 o'clock. I will have to get up in 5 hours, whether I sleep or not. So, I love y'all, and I will be back soon. Talk to y'all in the morning or some shit. I love you, dog. Bye.